So I pulled out this owl charm. Today is Halloween. Actually, I'm filming this video on a Halloween day, and I have this button. This is an antique button. I don't have anything copper. Maybe I can brush it out and bring out that coppery thing, but I want to use that. And then I have some leather cord. This is 2mm round leather cord from Bead Landing. That's a Michael's brand. So I'm just going to so cut about, say, not a lot, so let's say 6 inches to be precise. Yes, that's more than enough. So whenever you cut your leather, you cut it at an angle, and I will cut this also at an angle to match it. So I'm just going to finish one end with the let me see. So I'm gonna end this side with the crimp tube and the button, but I want to add the nugget bead, and then kind of, otherwise I feel that this leaf kind of the button will hide the leaf. So I'm just gonna use again a golden crimp tube. I'm gonna take 2. Take it into this is a shank button, so we have a loop in the back, and then I'm gonna come back through both the crimp tubes. Actually, it's not needed. One should be good enough. Come back, and then tighten that up. Push the bead. So this is what we have. Okay. Go ahead and crimp it. Okay. Then push all the beads down. Make sure the tail goes on top of the leaf. Again, we need to measure the length of the bracelet. See, it's already say 6.5, I would say, approximately. I think one more winch will come with the other side, because we are going to add this plus the lock, so it's going to be okay. Snip it off. Take this one. I have one end of the toggle clasp that we received from the box, and I'm going to add this here. Come back through the crimp tube and the barrel bead, and then take your tail, kind of cinch everything down. We are going to add the leather here, so I'm just not crimping it right now, because I want to see if I add the leather. Or what you can do is, instead of a lock set knot, you can add the leather here. Tie an overhand knot. You need enough leather for 2 overhand knots actually. So let's see if we can make it with this leather, or else you will have to cut down a bigger piece. It's better to have a little bit more. See, this won't be enough to do one more knot. Obviously, I will cut another piece of leather. I always do this, you know, for some reason. Okay. Another 2 inch or 3 inch more. 8 inches should be ideal. Fold the leather into half. Go ahead and tie an overhand knot here. Make sure the leather is not twisted or anything. Bring both the ends inside. And then bring the knot all the way right next to the, okay. Then go ahead and tie another knot by leaving slight little bit space. This space should be exactly the space wherein you will put your button in. So you need to leave as much space as your button needs. So don't make the loop tighter. Wait for it. Take the button and add and see if it fits through the loop. If not, you can move the thing. So exactly this space is good enough for a button. It should not be very loose. It should not be very tight. It should be right there. So before tightening your loop, make sure your button fits through. Yeah, it should be snug like that. Excuse me. You can tighten it. You can put a drop of glue later on, and then you can cut these at an angle so that it looks nice. You don't have to cut it very close. And then now this is how your bracelet will look. Now you add it to your wrist and see, this is the size you would like. So let me just wear it and see. Yep, this is the bracelet size I would prefer. If it is anything a little bit small, then it's good. But the only problem is, I think I will take the nugget bead off, because it doesn't make any sense having this here. Yeah, and then I will lose a little bit of space also, so that will tighten my wrist, my bracelet up. So it'll be right against my wrist. There we go. So that's the reason I don't crimp first. I will take it off. I will restring the bracelet without the nugget bead. Then come back. I restrung my bracelet on, took off one of the nugget beads in the start, and then now I'm just going back through my crumb tube and the barrel bead, and probably the daisy spaces as well. So just be careful and pull the tail once you're happy, and please make sure you have your bracelet in a U format, otherwise you will tighten that up and then your bracelet will be stiff like nobody's business. So I crimped it. Now I will go ahead and snip off this excess wire with my wire cutters. And then you can finish at this point. Okay, your bracelet will look like this. You can add a couple of charms like the leaf charm, this one and everything. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a couple of charms. I have to make some jump rings, or you can make, maybe I will do some jump rings. Maybe antique copper jump rings would work. Just to take your bent nose pliers. Take a bigger jump ring. Don't get scared to use a bigger jump ring. It will create a more, flow to this project. So don't be afraid to take a bigger jump ring. Hold it between your pliers. Prep the jump ring first, because you can see there is a small gap, right? So you go ahead and prep your jump ring so that it's nice and flush against each other. Then you can add this and then to the toggle. Owl charm, any charm you have available in your stash would work. The number of charms, the better it'll look. Okay, go ahead, open this jump ring up, add a leaf. First add daisy and a leaf, and then add it to this close. Go back and forth until you hear the click, and then that's added. So now the leaf. The leaf, it needs to be added with a wire. So I want to add to straighten the wire before you put it through the bead. Take the tip of the wire, make a U and squish that U, and then cut about, say you need a little bit more. So I'm going to make a loop, okay, and then what I'm going to do is maybe just here won't be, yeah, it'll be good. So just make a wrapped loop. You don't have to make a wrapped loop, you can make a basic loop if you want to. I just want to make a wrapped loop. Tuck the tail in. Once you have that, I'm gonna add it to a jump ring, slightly smaller jump ring. Why? Because I can actually make the wrap loop directly on the toggle, but the movement won't be good. I have realized this time and again. So I'm just going to add it to a jump ring. And the toggle. See the click sound? That's when you know for sure your items are nice and secure. As you guys can see, we are done with a nice bracelet. Very designer like bracelet, but in just minutes, right? You don't need a lot of effort to finish this. You can also finish it traditionally with the lobster claw and the bar clasp, but I think this leather element with our button creates a nice effect on this bracelet. I really like the way this turned out to be. If you guys like it too, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week. Thanks so much for watching, and this is what we have, the end product.